Welcome back to the channel. We're halfway through the ranch method, and today we're hitting the one and the most important pillars of your whole freedom plan. That's cash flow. Listen, this is the part most people skip. They get caught up in building businesses, buying assets, earning commissions, but if they don't understand how to manage and multiply their cash flow, they end up broke at a higher level. So in this video, you'll learn what cash flow really means and how it's different from income, why cash flow is the number one metric that determines your freedom, how to master cash flow from both network marketing, direct sales business, and real estate, and the simple structure I use to control money instead of letting it control me. Okay, so stick around to the end. I'll show you a 4-bucket cash flow systems that will give you your income direction, discipline, and velocity. So, what does cash flow really means? Here's the biggest myth about financial freedom. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how that money flows, okay? Most people confuse income with freedom. They make $10,000 a month, but they spend $12K. Well, they're not financially free. They're $2,000 in the hole on credit cards or something. They earn big commissions, but they don't reinvest into nothing. They flip a property and spend the profits on lifestyle upgrades. Cash flow equals the money left over each month after all your business and living expenses are paid. Okay, so positive cash flow equals freedom fuel. Negative cash flow equals stress, debt, and a broke mindset. If your cash flow is wrong, your business can grow and you'll still feel broke. So let's talk about cash flow in your network marketing direct sales business. Let's break this down from the direct sales perspective, because network marketers are some of the worst at managing cash flow. I've seen this many times. This is why I started this channel. What typically happens? They make a few $1,000s in commissions every week, every month. They spend it all on events, products, or lifestyles. They never reinvest, never save, and they hardly never scale. But here's the smart network marketers do. They pay themselves last, not first. They reinvest into systems, be able to attract people to them, keep their teams growing, putting challenges out to their teams, reinvesting into their business of getting their teams to their downline to rank up. So they also track their cash flow weekly, okay? My monthly split for my network income is we put saved money for taxes, separate account that's non-negotiable. We usually put anywhere from 20 to 30% away for taxes. We invest into our ads, our funnels, our mentorships, and our systems. So we put another chunk of money into that. Then we start saving money for our real estate spending. So what we're going to invest into our real estate. So we take a chunk of that money and put it in there. And then we towards some living expenses, going on trips, doing all that stuff. So those are the 4 places we put our money at. That 20% life bucket deal that we grow every month, so we keep about 20% in our bucket, it grows every month because we're growing our teams, we're making more money, but it's only because we can control that cash flow. So we're only keeping a small portion of that to really go after our lifestyles. We want to invest into our real estate and our business more than we want lifestyle right now. Most people try to do their lifestyle before they do all this other stuff, and this is how they burn through money so quickly. So let's talk about the cash flow in real estate. Now let's look at real estate. That the original cash flow machine, okay? Rental properties equals consistent, predictable income, okay? Rent comes in, expenses go out. What's left over is your positive cash flow. We talked about this. So if your monthly rent's $1,500, all of your mortgages, taxes, repairs, all your expenses equal out to be $1,100. Well, you got a net cash flow of $400. Okay. Now you multiply that across multiple different properties. Say you have 5. Now you're getting $2,000 per month in residual income that doesn't depend on your daily effort. This is why cash flow is so great in real estate. So when real estate cash flow you combine that with your network marketing residuals, you start building the dual stream income engine, because you got residuals left over, you got there. So this is where you can start multiplying, buying your assets, and really get away from your 9-to-5 job. You can quickly, using direct sales, your network marketing business, start investing in real estate and getting income coming from that, and doing both of these at the same time. There's a lot of people that become financially free and quit their 9-to-5 job within a couple of years. You just have to be able to jump in there and do this. Okay. So we'll kind of go into how I manage the dollars I earn from our direct sales business and real estate. Like we talked about, bucket 1, taxes. Like I said, we put anywhere from 20 to 30% away every month. We put this in a separate account. It's non-negotiable, because we don't want to try to scramble when we pay our taxes, And here's the thing that people don't understand. They need to get an accountant that understands network marketing and real estate, because one of the best things about real estate we talked about before is you get the tax depreciation off of that, and that is key. So you don't have to pay as much in taxes. All right. Then again, we put another 20-30% in our business reinvestments, building our teams, systems, funnels, virtual assistants. If you're not putting money back in your business, you're capping your growth. People need to reinvest into their business to be able to grow and do things right. Then bucket 3, we put 20 to 30% in that, depending on what we're doing in the other ones. We start putting down to, we need, like I talked about before, we mostly invest in syndications. Most of them are anywhere from $100,000 minimum or $250,000 minimum. So we need to earn money quick so we can collect and get invested into the next one. Again, this is why I love direct sales, because amount of effort we put in gives us a good return back, and we can get monthly cash flow constantly. So then we save that to do the next wise. Use it to buy your next product or income producing asset. This is your wealth bucket. This bucket builds your ranch, period. Okay, you cannot do it without having your assets growing. And like we talked about before, it's not your home, it's not all this fancy cars, all this stuff. It's income producing assets. It needs to be there. Then we have about 20% for our lifestyle. This is for our fun, family, vacations, your giving to charities, whatever it is. If your cash flow is strong, this bucket grows without ever hurting your future. You don't enjoy your life at the expense of your future. You enjoy it because you structured your cash flow like a pro. Okay, always remember that. So let's talk about my freedom model. Okay, so here's how to know when you're financially free. Your residual income, everything from your real estate and direct sales business, minus your monthly expenses, equals positive cash flow. Okay, if your income covers your basic lifestyle, you're free. Now you get to be in the driver's seat. You don't have to have your 9-to-5 job and doing all that stuff. This is where most people have a hard time of giving up their 9-to-5 job, because they think they need so much of this. I'm saying, if you can get to 70-80%, you get into these on full time, you're going to be able to cover that 20-30% additional a lot quicker than you sticking with your 9-to-5 job. But you need to get to where you can replace your income with what you have now. Okay? Then if your income covers your dream lifestyle, this is when you become wealthy. Now you can start looking at upgrading your lifestyle along that way. You don't do it just because you covered your basic lifestyle. Again, you have to start doing it later. So that's when you're wealthy, when you have a lot more coming in. And if your income covers your dream lifestyle and you have leftover capital to reinvest, you're going to be a dangerous person, because there's going to be no opportunity you're not going to be able to do or take. That's what we're building here. The ranch method is we want people to get to that dangerous level. And trust me, you can. This is not a problem. I know a lot of people that have done this. So remember, cash flow isn't about budgeting like you're broke. It's about directing your income like a general commanding troops. If you manage your cash flow, you can grow both your direct sales business and your real estate portfolio at the same time. That's a cowboy way. Okay. Remember, comment below, how are you currently managing your cash flow? I want to hear from you. What's your biggest challenge? Is it savings? Is it reinvesting? Or staying consistent? Remember to subscribe and turn on that notification. Next week, we'll hit the final letter in the ranch method, H. It's for holistic, healthy habits. All that, because if you're not well, none of this matters. And this is why I love the direct sales business we're into, because it's all about getting you healthy, younger, everything like that. Remember to follow me on Facebook and Instagram for all the behind the scenes stuff and how I do everything. Remember, manage your cash flow, multiply your freedom, and remember, the real flex is control, not chaos. See you next time, cowboy.